Erickson here with another purveyor of light quick tip. Today we've got a nice one here for Lightroom. A lot of times you'll want to share your pictures obviously with friends, family, online, social media, etc. And you have all these photos in your computer that you've downloaded from your camera, and you want to make them look the best that they can on the social media and the websites. So in order to do that, a lot of people don't know that you actually have to or should convert your photo to some format that's compatible with the web. And what we're talking about there, of course, is color space. A lot of people don't even know what color space is, so I'm just going to give a quick little refresher here. Color space is the amount of space and the colors that are supported in that space. So this smallest triangle we have here is the sRGB gamut. And that is, believe it or not, the color space that's only allowed on the web. Okay, so any other colors that are outside of this triangle can't be represented on the web. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. The next triangle up here is the Adobe RGB, which you'll notice it encompasses a much larger area. And then, of course, there's color spaces that support way beyond this, such as Pro Photo. Okay, but today we're talking about just for the web. So what we want to do is we want to convert our pictures that we have on our computer and make them look as good as we can online. Okay, and in order to do that, we need to convert all our pictures to this sRGB gamut so that we can see ahead of time that everything will look perfect when people are looking at them on the Instagrams, the Flickrs, the Facebook, or even just emailing your photos. You want them to look your best. And so here's how you do it. Okay? So, alright, so now I have a picture here, and I'm going to say, well, I'd like to share this with someone. So the first thing I need to do is, just to show you here, I can right click on the photo and I can say show in the finder, and I can look at the photo and then I can get the information. Okay, and you can see right here in the information that the color space is RGB. Okay, that's the Adobe RGB color space. Okay, so what's going to happen if I go to put this and upload this picture to the web, it's going to have more colors, more details, more information than the web can necessarily handle. So it's going to be cut down. So I need to convert this ahead of time before I go to the web with sRGB. So luckily in Lightroom, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. We go in, select the image you want to work, hit export, and you're going to get this dialog box. Okay, and so we're going to set a few things up. Okay, and we're going to actually make a preset here. So this way you can use this preset over and over and over again anytime you want to export 1 or 100 photos. Okay, so the first section here is to export the location. Okay, so we have a choice here. We can say we're going to go to the hard drive, and we're going to export to a particular folder. Now I recommend this. Okay, you can pick a folder on your hard drive, and what I do is I put a folder just for web ready pictures, and I put them all in there, and this way I know when I go to this folder it's nothing but the web. But you can make your own. Okay, you can come in and choose any folder you wish on your hard drive. It's entirely up to you. Excuse me for that. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold. So anyhow, I can choose to rename the file. Okay, and I do actually recommend you do that. I recommend actually we do a custom name with the original. And what I do is I just put the word maybe web, or if you want you could do sRGB, and that will be tacked on you to the original name as a prefix. Okay, and then we scroll down here, and we're not doing any video. File settings. Okay, now this is where we're coming into what we're talking about, color space and format. For the web, we're going to be choosing JPEG. I find about a 70 to 80. I like to do mine about 80% quality. That's how good the compression is, how good the picture still looks. And I definitely want to use the sRGB color space. Now you'll notice here are the choices. I could save the file as Adobe RGB, or I could save it as ProPhoto RGB, okay, which is the largest color space. But because I know I'm going to be sharing this on the web, I'm going to be sharing it on social media, I'm going to go ahead and ensure that I check sRGB. Now here's another thing too to consider when I'm doing with the web, is resizing your photo. Now, the web is a different place than physical paper. So we want our pictures big and beautiful when we want to print them out, but we don't need all that, and it just bogs down people's downloads and uploads to seeing your photos. So we can greatly resize our photos and they still look great on the web. So let's go ahead and resize it. And I'm going to pull down and say a long edge, okay? And that means the longest edge, whether it's a vertical photo or a horizontal photo, the longest edge is going to be restricted to. So maybe I'm going to come in here and restrict it to 750 pixels. I'm going to say resolution of 72 dots per inch, that which is pretty standard for the web, and do not enlarge. I'm going to check that. Reason being, if by chance I do have a photo that is not 750, maybe it's 600, I don't want it to enlarge and get pixelated. I'm going to sharpen for my audience, okay? I can choose the screen. In this case, I'm going to the web, so I'm going to use the screen. The standard amount or high. I recommend you leave it at standard. Okay, metadata. This is up to you. It's a personal preference thing. It's not a big deal for me. But if you wanted to have your information about this photo stripped away, such as the person and so forth that took the photo and stuff, you can click here to remove the personal info. Or if you do have GPS on your photos, like if you take a photo with your iPhone, GPS information is automatically embedded in the photo. You can choose to turn these on or off if you want to have them remove it or not. For myself, I'm not too concerned about it. Watermarking is if you'd like to put watermarks on, but I personally hate watermarks. All right, and do nothing after export. So now that we have all of our presets set up, so just to rehash, we're going to put it into a Flickr Ready Photo folder. We're going to rename it with the custom name sRGB and with the original name tacked on. We're going to save it out as a JPEG in the sRGB color space with 80% quality, and we're going to resize all photos to 750 pixels, and we're going to sharpen it for the screen, and we're all good. So then I would just simply hit export if I wanted to do this just once. But like I said at the beginning, I want to save this preset so I don't have to recreate this every time. So let's go ahead and hit the add button. Now we give it an opportunity to give it a quick name, and I'm going to say web ready. Okay, and I hit create. Now you'll see over here on the left we have a folder called web ready. This way, anytime I wish to export a photo, I can just simply say export to web ready, and all of this is going to happen automatically. Let me show you how easy it is to do this. Now I have this photo here, and I say, well, you know, I'd really like to have all these photos of the bride, so maybe I'll just select all of these photos right here. I can right click, okay, and I can go right down to export, all right, see that? And then right there is the web ready. I click it, and bam, it says choose your folder. I can pick where I want to put the photo. I'll put it into, we'll just put it to desktop for now. And there we go. And then Lightroom has exported all 4 photos and placed them into that folder for me. Converted the color space all in one shot. And again, it's as easy as just selecting a photo now, right-clicking, export, and then selecting web ready. Okay, so that's our tip today. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you found it useful. Be sure and hit subscribe if you like these type of videos. And if you have any suggestions or questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And until next week, you guys take care.